Welcome to Keranos, God of Storms. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, we have no lands. Let's go and mulligan on this one. Not super wild about that one. We do have Island into Dak Faden, Swiftwater Cliff, Skull. We have Skull Clamp. We can draw a lot of cards, but I guess we'll keep on this one. Let's see what the scry is, then we'll see. We got Wandering on top. Yeah, let's go and put that on top. I don't mind that as the land drop. Put that on top than anything else. We're going to let our opponent do the thing there on the play. We're playing Keranos, God of Storms. Indestructible. Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then reveal the first card you draw on each of your turns. Whenever you reveal a land card this way, draw a card. Whenever you reveal a non-land card this way, Keranos deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And opponent's going to get down the Dryad Militant. So they will be able to start exiling stuff out of our... Not exiling, if it just basically will never hit the bin. Let's go ahead and we can go for a Skull Clamp if we want to. Let's just kind of play it a little bit slow. Let's go and get Wandering down. We could go for Skull Clamp or something like Chrome Mox, but we might need to kind of use one of these to kind of dig a little bit deeper. So we'll see if we can get some sort of card we can chunk to Chrome Mox, and then we'll get that down and kind of go from there. We're playing against Anafenza, the foremost. Whenever Anafenza, the foremost, attacks, put a +1 counter on another tap target creature you control. If a non-token creature an opponent owns would die, or a creature card not on the battlefield will be put in the graveyard, exile that card instead. There we go. It's like I forget how to read sometimes. Thing in the Ice. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go for a Thing in the Ice. That's going to be another way for us to at least kind of start chump block on that Dryad Militant. Not that like a 2/1's going to close the game out, but if they get 5 turns in with the Dryad, the Dryad Militant swinging in, that's a pretty good little chunk of damage. So we can sit there and block with the Thing of Ice and then hopefully get it to flip. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of instant or sorceries in the hand, but if our opponent does build up a really good board state, and then we can get it to flip, end up with the Awoken Horror. Oh, yeah. Which actually reminds me, Thing in the Ice is, I built a Grixis Thing in the Ice deck for Modern, and oh, man, it's a lot of fun. It's something I've been kicking around. I've never really recorded for it, but yeah, it's just really fun. It's kind of like Young Pyromancer a little bit, except you're trying to get a big old 7/8 onto the battlefield. Makes for some fun magic. And opponent doesn't get down to Tectonic Edge, so we have to watch out for that. All right, do we draw into Is It Charm? Let's go and do this. Let's go ahead and get these Swiftwater Cliffs down. Yeah, we're going to gain life off that. Go back to 29. 2 damage to target creature. I'm almost tempted to go for that Is It Charm on Mentor of the Meek, just to get rid of that extra card draw. Whenever it enters the battlefield. Yeah, we'll see. We can actually just go and pass the turn. We don't have to get down Skull Clamp. We'll go and leave up Is It Charm. If they're going to get some more card draw going, they are sitting at 3 cards in the hand. We'll forward the card draw. So we can go for that Is It Charm on Mentor of the Meek to make sure they don't get that extra card draw. Or if worst case scenario, we can simply just go for the draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Sad Robot. Yeah, let's go and go for that. 2 damage to target creature on Mentor of the Meek. They're not going to be able to pay the 1. Yeah, I like getting rid of it, though. That's going to chip a thing off, ice the counter. We'll slowly start chipping away at that ice block, and then we'll be good to go from there. Hopefully get down Keranos and get some good value going. Worst case scenario, we can actually just simply go for Dak Faden next turn. And then we can start filtering our draws off of that. They will be able to swing with 2 bodies. Dak Faden will be a 4/4. A 4 Planeswalker loyalty. So we can at least kind of get at least 2 more activations out of it before something happens to it and get that extra card draw going. Now, our opponent is online for all of their mana base right now once they got down that Sad Robot. And then no swing in from the Dryad Militant. Okay, drawn to Compulsive Research. Yeah, let's go and go for Dak Faden. That's going to be blue, red. We get something on the battlefield that makes them kind of want to start swinging in, and we can start drawing some cards. Might even be able to get that Chrome Mox down. Target player draws 2 cards, and that is definitely going to be us. So we're going to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Drawn to Remand, Inspire Bluff, Canal. Let's go and get rid of the Skull Clamp right now. We can't really support it, unfortunately. And do we want to hold on to Fact or Fiction, or do we want to hold on to Compulsive Research? Yeah, I'm going to go and get rid of actually Fact or Fiction at this point right now. I think that. I'd like to have it, but we're kind of a little bit strapped on mana. Let's go and get the Spire Bluff Canal down. Do we want to hold on to Remand? We're not going to be able to cast it next turn. We don't really need the mana for Chrome Mox. Yeah, let's just go and hold it past the turn. Maybe with the land drop, we'll be able to get down Keranos. We are actually sitting at decent devotion for Keranos. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and it'll be 4, 5 once we get that down. We'll need a few more creatures, though, to really take advantage of it, and then we can kind of go from there. But yes, if you've noticed this week, I'm on day 2 of being a little bit sick. If you notice my voice is a little bit raspier or something like that, I don't know if I got Johnny distribute 3 counters. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I don't know if I caught something at that tournament or what, but yeah, I've got a little bit of it's not really. I don't like feel bad. It's just kind of like I wake up in the morning, and my throat's dry, and my nose is a little bit dry, and I got a little bit of congestion or whatever you want to call it. All right, so we got the whole crew swinging across. That's going to be a 4-3. We're going to lose Thing in the Ice on that. Do we want to leave Dak fading around just to stick around? We can chump block, and that'll be 3. Give us one more Thing in the Ice activation. We're looking at maybe Remand, Compulsive Research. Yeah, we'll just go and let this come through. They're both swinging in at Dak. We're okay with that interaction. Maybe, just maybe, we might be able to get Thing in the Ice to flip against a Johnny. I doubt it, but we'll see. All right, drawn to Teleria West. Let's go and do this. Let's go for the Compulsive Research. Target player draws 3 cards and discards a card. We're going to be able to remove a counter from Thing in the Ice. It's going to put it down to 2. And then discard a land. We'll go and discard a land card on this one. And we'll go ahead and chunk the... Definitely want to leave up Misty, so let's just go and get rid of the Teleria West at this point. We're not. We did rip into Snapcaster Maid, which is nice, but unfortunately we need to take care of the Dryad Militant. Let's go and get the Misty down, and then anything else. No, we're going to go and pass the turn. So once again, we are still sitting with the Chrome Mox in the hand. We do have Remand to kind of counter whatever they're going to go for this turn. Now, as far as the Johnny goes, they're going to be able to plus it up. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or a Planeswalker card. You gain 100 life. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. We got about 3 turns with the Johnny. But yeah, so being sick. So I'm a little bit sick. I'm not really entirely sure what it is, but it's just I've got a, like I said, just a little bit of a dry throat and dry nose when I get up in the morning. And typically I feel okay by the end of the day. So I guess on this one, we could jump block on, yeah, we're getting so close to flipping. I'd hate to, I don't know, target creature gets -1 or something like that to miss out on Thing in the Ice. I'll take 3 damage to make sure we miss out on that. Now, depending on whatever they go for, we will be online for the Remand cracking the Misty, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, also, as far as Keranos, Keranos, I like Keranos, and I always like having good art on my overlays. But you may notice that Keranos is he's kind of like tucked away into the clouds, and so it's a little bit hard for him to get some good art of Keranos. And so right now, I've just got the Keranos Lightning Bolt, but if you have a Heliod God of the Sun, yeah, let's go for Remand on that. Anyway, if you have some favorite Izzet art that you really enjoy, post it in the comments, and I'll see if I can't maybe get it spliced up over here. Because I always like to have some art down there. It always makes it look kind of nice. Let's go and go for Remand. Get that card draw going. It's going to chip away at that Thing in the Ice counter. Now, unfortunately, like I said, with the Militant, that instant will be put into the, will be exiled, so we're not going to be online for that. But if we rip into another instant, we'll be able to bounce some, Supreme Will. I like that. We can do that into response to something. Okay. We draw into Gilded Lotus. Let's go and make the land drop for the turn. That's going to be Mountain. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Gilded Lotus. It'll still give us 4 more mana and put us online for the Gilded Lotus Keranos next. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Gilded Lotus. That way we can start building up some mana. And 1, 2. And depending on what they go for, since Supreme Will does have a modal ability, counter target spell unless they pay 3, or look at the top 4 cards for your library, we're at least going to be able to tap out for Supreme Will. And probably just dig a little bit deeper. If they want to swing in for 7, they certainly can. We'll probably go for the Supreme Will, the bottom mode activation. We can dig a little bit deeper, and that'll put us having a good Thing in the Ice to start swinging in at a Johnny. And also, if we want to get us in a spot where we can kind of wait to see what they're going to casting. Let's say they do go for Heliod again or something like that. Once we go for Thing in the Ice, we'll be able to bounce those creatures back, and we'll have a clear game path or a clear swing in to attack a Johnny. All right, opponent's going to reveal the Gyre Sage and the Stoneforge Mystic. Make sure to get that reveal zone popped up so I don't start yakking my head off and forget about it. Like I said, if they want to swing it for 7 again, go for it. I don't really think we really want to... yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Because it will bounce back to the hand. We will get Supreme Will back into the bin, which we can go for Snapcaster again on the back end. But I think I kind of like seeing if they're going to roll something out there if we want to go for the Supreme Will. Stoneforge Mystic. They will have the mana to pay for it. That's fine. Go for it. And they will get the bounce back, but at least we're going to be able to take care of a Johnny. Let's see what sort of equipment they're going to search up on this one. So depending on whatever they search up, if they grab a sword of blank and blank, let's say whatever it is, we will be able to go for the Supreme Will and counter that one. So once it goes into the hand, if they're not going to wait on the 2 mana activation. They do go for the Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay, and the Gyre Sage and Stoneforge. We're going to cross the Stoneforge Mystic off. Let's go and go for the Supreme Will. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 blue mana. It's going to send the whole crew back to the hand. Get that Dryad Militant out there too. And the good thing about the way this is sequenced is once we get that last counter off, it sends it back. Supreme Will will go back into the bin. So we can actually go Snapcaster if we want to go for that, depending on what they go for. Because they're a little bit strapped on mana. I mean, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 6 mana, which is okay. But if everything gets sent back, then they've got to kind of redeploy everything. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think I kind of like Wheel of Fortune. I like it a lot. Let's go for that. Wheel of Fortune goes into the hand, put those on the bottom in any order. It's going to give us a fresh grip. We can actually, let's see what we draw into. We might exile something off Chrome Mox to end up with a little bit extra mana, and they're going to have to dump some cards back into the bin. All right. Drawn to Dualcaster Mage. Let's do this. Let's go and swing in at a Johnny. Yeah, that's good. We need to take care of a Johnny. We're going to push in on a Johnny. It's going to be 7-8 on the Awoken Horror. Knock it down to 0 loyalty. Get out of here, Johnny. We appreciate you being over here. All right, man. Let's go ahead and go for, I think I like Chrome Mox on Dualcaster Mage. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's go Chrome Mox. Let's go for the exiling Dualcaster Mage. Dualcaster's fine, but at this point right now, we need to get a fresh grip. Let's go triple red off the Gilded Lotus, because that's really going to make... Actually, do we want to flash in Snapcaster in response? So let's go and hold priority. So we're going to go triple red, because we might want to do that. Let's go Wheel of Fortune. Snapcaster for 1/2, just to have another body on the battlefield. Yeah, just in case we don't hit something. I think I like that. We can always give the Supreme Will flashback. We're a little bit light on bodies on the battlefield, so I kind of like this. So we're going to flash in Snapcaster. We're going to discard our hand. We have no cards in the hand. We'll have Snapcaster come back in, making targeting the... We'll add blue mana in response to that. There we go. But yeah, so we'll have Snapcaster on the battlefield instead of it just simply just hitting the bin. And we still have a little bit of mana to kind of do something depending on what we kind of rip into. All right, so we got the Wheel of Fortune, discard in their hands. They're going to get rid of that Sword of Fire and Ice, and that Gyre Sage is going to go into the bin. And then we rip into a lot of lands. Let's go ahead and make the land drop for the turn. Let's get the island down. Let's go ahead and go for the Thought Vessel. That's going to be 1/2. And let's go ahead and go for that Supreme Will. That still will leave us up on Pongify. Actually, excuse me, let's go for Felwar Stone. And then we'll be in a really good spot to get down Keranos and start going from there. Let's go for that Supreme Will. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Look at the top 4 cards of our library. And then let's go and grab Dawson. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good way. If we can just start ripping into some more stuff like that, we'll put those on the bottom in any order. Okay, anything else, we're going to go and pass turn. Pretty good little turn right there. Show Wheel of Fortune is always really good to get a fresh grip of 7. And then let's go and get a mana count. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just in about 13 range. And that's going to be just enough to get down Keranos and Dawson. We've got Pongify at this point. You know, if they want to start swinging in with Yahenni, that's perfectly fine. We can chump block. But at least getting those wizard tokens will make a huge difference. Let's go and get the island down. And let's go and get some stuff deployed out. Let's go for the triple blue off the Dawson of Perfection. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Thought Vessel, and then the Felwar Stone for black. Get that down. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 total mana. If we go for Keranos, that'll be just enough. Okay, yeah, I like that. Let's go Keranos. And we will be slowly start working towards that devotion. Yeah, because that gives us Pongify and Arcane Denial to kind of stop whatever our opponent's got going on. All right, let's go and push in with the Awoken Horror. It's going to be 7-8 Beat Stick. We could swing with Snapcaster Mage, but it's just going to get eaten. Snapcaster's going to run into the void. All right, there we go. Put our opponent down to 23. And then anything else, now we're going to go and pass the turn. So we will have Arcane Denial to kind of stop whatever our opponent's going to go for. And then Pongify will be able to blast the Lockset on Smiter to put a 3/3 over there. And I actually wouldn't be happy. I'm okay with that trade because as far as getting it, if you have 3 or more wizards, transform it. All right, opponent does get down the Sword of Light and Shadow. Now, whatever they decide to equip this on, we'll probably end up going for Pongify onto the Lockset. There we go. Lockset on, you're going to be a monkey now. They're going to go for that. And then, all right, opponent's going to scoop it up. But playing this deck, you're going to get some good value stuff like that. So I'm going to go and post this video up. So we've got Pongify. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. It makes a 3/3 monkey token. And we're going to be getting a Dawson of Perfection blue wizard token. Now, once we have at least, I think, hold on. I think if we have 3 more wizards, we get it to flip. Actually, let me pull that game state back up. All right, so there we go. All right, so we're back. So with the Dawson of Perfection, if you control 3 or more wizards, you're going to be able to get it flipped. So we have Pongify on the stack. We have the Dawson trigger, which is going to give us another wizard. We're targeting the Loxodon Smiter, but since Snapcaster Mage is a wizard, we're going to be able to get Dawson to flip. And it's going to flip once we have that wizard onto the battlefield. I think we'd have to cast one more spell so we could technically go for Arcane Denial on Pongify if we wanted to, but I don't think we really wanted to counter. But either way, we were getting really close to getting Dawson to flip. And then really the game kind of starts to just kind of go our way once we start to get those, once you start to get a bunch of Delver tokens onto the battlefield. It's some really good magic right there, but that's pretty much what the deck is, you know. If you haven't seen Keranos before, this is probably the second video I put it on my channel, and it's just a blue-red fun stuff deck. You know, we're not going crazy with a bunch of spells. We're just simply just going for a lot of value, and you can see where getting that Wheel of Fortune really kind of gave us a second life. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.